Hurricane Kiko rapidly intensifying in the eastern Pacific on tonight's tropical weather bulletin. Tropical weather bulletin for September 4th. On the map of world tropics, we have 3 storms currently active. The strongest is Hurricane Kiko, currently a Category 4. Hurricane Lorena is a Category 1 near Mexico, and Pepa has been named near Japan, even though it's still a tropical depression. In the Atlantic, we have upgraded the chance of this area of interest from 70% to 80%, and models are a bit more aggressive now with this storm. In the eastern Pacific, Hurricane Kiko is a Category 4 and still strengthening as it moves toward the central Pacific. Hurricane Lorena was rapidly intensifying but has stayed around the same intensity for the past 12 hours. In the western Pacific, Tropical Depression Pepa is off the southern coast of Japan and is expected to strike there soon. Here is Hurricane Kiko. We have it currently with winds of 140 miles per hour and a pressure of 950 millibars. We are expecting it will peak in around 12 hours with winds of 150 miles per hour. Although Category 5 is still on the cards, the storm will then gradually weaken as it moves toward Hawaii, due to wind shear and decreasing sea surface temperatures. Hurricane Lorena is a Category 1 currently, and we have the exact same forecast as the NHC. It will peak in around 12 hours with winds of 90 miles per hour and will strike land in about 3 to 4 days as a strong tropical storm. Here is Tropical Storm Pepa. We are running with the same intensity and forecast as the JTWC currently. We expect it will peak as it makes its first landfall in around 24 hours. On this day, 17 years ago in 2008, Hurricane Ike was peaking as a Category 4 with winds of 145 miles per hour and a pressure of 935 millibars. Ike would go on to decimate the Caribbean and southeastern U.S., causing nearly $40 billion in damages and killing over 200. Hurricane Gustav, which was stronger than Ike at its peak, was dissipating over the central U.S. Tropical Storm Hannah was over the Bahamas as it was heading towards the east coast. Hannah killed over 500 in Haiti, and Tropical Storm Josine was in the later parts of its life in the eastern Atlantic. In the Atlantic, the next name was Gabrielle, followed by Humberto. In the eastern Pacific, the next name is Mario, followed by Narda. In the central Pacific, the next name is Lala, followed by Moki. In the western Pacific, the next name is Tapa, followed by Mitag. In the North Indian Ocean, the next name is Shakti, followed by Mantha. In the Southwest Indian Ocean, the next name is Blossom, followed by Chingay. In the South Pacific, the next name is Ermal, followed by Bayanu. In the Australian region, the next name is Fina, followed by Grant, Indonesian Department. Bakang, followed by Simpaka. And in the South Atlantic, the next name is Kyoba, followed by Indy.
Here is the GFS for the Atlantic. You can see that 80% we've marked southwest of the Cape Verde Islands. That becomes a tropical depression there on 7th. So that is on Sunday. And you can see quite quickly here, becoming a hurricane, peaking there with a pressure of 939 millibars. That is a Category 4 hurricane there. And looks like it is going to head straight up the U.S. East Coast. And that looks like a direct landfall on Massachusetts there. That is probably a Category 1 hurricane at landfall there. And that moves up into Canada. I doubt it's tropical at that point. But yeah, that could be a major threat for the northeastern United States. The eastern Pacific, there is Kiko, there is Lorena. Kiko, yeah, just kind of goes off to the central Pacific. This is pretty much what it's going to do. Lorena, on the other hand, they're forecasting it will not even be tropical by the time it gets to land, which is highly unlikely. Looks like a little something in the trail of Kiko right there that looks like it might try to form, but ultimately it doesn't. And looks like a little hint of something over here. Looks like it might try to become tropical. Looks like it does. The western Pacific, there is Pepa, off the southern coast of Japan. Making landfall a little bit stronger than it's at right now. This other storm in the South China Sea there, striking China on Monday. Pretty much the same intensity as forecasted last night. And looks like, yep, tropical storm there in the South China Sea. That peaks With a pressure, okay, well, there's a lot of skipping. That's a 24-hour skip, an 18-hour skip. But from what I can see, 978 millibars. That's a Category 1. That is not a landfall on Hainan Island, but pretty close. And then striking north of Vietnam, and I don't know what intensity because of these skips. It looks like another thing trying to form here in the Philippine Sea. Oh, I forgot to check the Indian Ocean. Because, yeah, Indian Ocean in September is very active. Okay, I was trying to be sarcastic, but that looks like an actual tropical cyclone trying to form over land there off the on the west coast of India. It's like something trying to form right there. Looks like it might. This thing in the Australian region, though, looks like it does become a tropical storm. This one in the southwest Indian Ocean we've been watching for one day. Looks like it maybe becomes a tropical depression. Probably not a tropical storm, but maybe a tropical depression. Yeah, looks like overall not much activity in the southern hemisphere around this time of year. That's expected. Here is Hurricane Kiko on the satellite imagery. It is looking very good. These higher cloud tops are just now starting to wrap completely around the eye. On the visible imagery, it actually looks like it has two eyes right now. It's been that way for a while. But the storm does look very good in these most recent frames. And these frames back here are all the way, talking about 5 hours ago, as of the time I'm recording this. So it is already a Category 4 hurricane at this point on the satellite. This is not like a Category 2 like it was earlier. That is a Category 4 at the start right there. And we are giving it 140 up from the NHC, which at the time I'm recording this, they only have it at 130. This, they have it 130. I would agree that this is 130. But this looks here with these cloud tops. The eye, it looks about the same. But the cloud tops around the eye and the eye wall have gotten better. The overall structure of the storm has gotten better. And that's why we've upped it from 130 to 140. And like we said, we're forecasting a 150 mile an hour peak out of this thing. And it could be a threat to Hawaii. That's well out though. That's 6-7 days out. Dear God. Lorena here, you can see at the start right there, massive burst of convection near the center, which, like I said last night, is a sign of rapid intensification, but I don't really think we're worried about rapid intensification at this point. Cloud tops overall, like they are taking a hit in these most recent frames near the center, but overall, cloud tops, that is just a little bit north of the center. You can see, I believe this, like, little line right here is the center. Cloud tops overall still pretty good. Getting up to around -80 at the start right here. They were very good. They were up around -90. But overall, the storm does not look bad. It is a Category 1 hurricane, so you don't expect so much. And this is a threat to Mexico, a fairly significant threat. I wouldn't say this is going to be like Hurricane Otis level bad, but this could be a problem potentially because northern Baja is going to get hit by this. Northern Baja very rarely gets hurricanes. Baja in general rarely gets hurricanes. But northern Baja, that's even rare. They get one maybe every... We're talking maybe one every 7 or 8 years. I don't know why I'm stuttering there so much. But they get one maybe every 7 or 8 years. So this is very rare for northern Baja to get storms like this. And this, well, not a lot of people are talking about, once this storm, makes landfall, it's going to continue over the United States. It's going to enter the United States and will probably end out somewhere over the Atlantic Ocean. I don't know where. And it's probably going to become a Category 9 million hurricane. I'm being sarcastic. I highly doubt it will become tropical again, although it could. It happened with Dexter earlier this year. And this is still marked as 21, but this has been named Pepa by the JMA. This is why we're giving it tropical depression, and I don't know why the JMA is giving it tropical storm strength. This satellite image is not very good. The highest cloud tops are well away from the center. This giant, hole in the middle of the storm right here is the center. And overall, the storm does not look good on satellite imagery at all. It does not even have cloud tops on basically the entire western side of it. The northern side, it does have some decent cloud tops, so those are not anywhere near the eye wall. Southern side, and eastern side, really, like, it has cloud tops, but they're not very good. Like, this storm overall just does not look good right now, and that's generally why we're not thinking it's going to be a fairly significant threat. That, and it's not going to be strong at all. It's going to be maybe 50 miles an hour at the most. But yeah, so the big thing we're watching right now, as a threat to land, we're watching Hurricane Lorena, but as a storm just to look at because it looks nice, we're looking at Hurricane Kiko. But that is it for tonight's Tropical Weather Bulletin. This is Kiko, the strongest storm to be named Kiko since the 80s. And that was also a storm that hit Baja. So, yeah. But anyway, that's it. Like, subscribe, and goodbye.